Hello, it is Mac here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Weapons Crate DLC for Battlefield 4 and kind of my first impressions of the DLC. So the Weapons Crate DLC is a DLC for Battlefield 4, and it came out on May 26th, 2016. It's basically just a DLC where you get a new game mode and you get a new patch with a few weapon tweaks and stuff, and then you also get 5 new weapons. And it's completely free. You don't have to pay for anything other than the base game, so it's free DLC, so you don't have to have premium or anything like that, which is nice, but in my opinion, it wasn't that amazing of a DLC. Now, it's okay, and I'm going to talk about that in this video, and my thoughts on it. It's okay, it's not super amazing, don't expect it to be anything like groundbreaking, don't expect it to be as good as like Dragon's Teeth or Second Assault or China Rising. I mean, those are the DLCs I really liked in Battlefield 4. I know some people may have liked Final Stand or Naval Striker, or, other, DLC packs. But to me, my favorite was Dragon's Teeth. I really liked Second Assault. I really liked China Rising as well. Also, I want to make it clear that the community map, is not in this DLC. So, in the recent patch, the new map wasn't involved in it. You also got a new game mode called Gunmaster, so hopefully that new map will come out soon in the vanilla game. It's on CTE, but it is not finished on CTE, so hopefully that will come out sometime in the next month or two. But yeah, we got a new game mode called Gunmaster, which is okay. There's a few things I don't like about it, especially the team-oriented gameplay of it. I really would have liked it to be free-for-all, because there's a few problems with it being a team game mode. One is that it isn't supposed to be a team game mode. I mean, gun game in other games, it isn't really ever a team game. Also, it's annoying whenever you shoot at somebody and then just one of your teammates takes the kill. I hate that, and it's frustrating. It's also, in my opinion, Gunmaster is kind of frustrating in a lot of situations. Either the spawns will be terrible and you'll get killed from all these different angles, which I feel like if it was a free-for-all game mode, it would be way easier to, fix the spawn system in it. The maps are just the TDM versions of the game. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on that, on Gunmaster. It's okay, it's fun every now and again, but not a game mode I'm going to be playing all the time. But you may see some gameplay on my channel of it every now and again. So the new guns are okay-ish. We got the LD6A2, we got the Gorza 1, the Gorza 4, the AA94, and the Mare's Leg. So first off, the AA94 is a new assault rifle. It's mostly burst weapon. You can't put full auto on it. It's best with burst fire mode, and it's okay. It's not anything amazing. It's fun every now and again, but it's not something I'm going to be using. But to me, the A94 isn't as good as like the M416 or the AUGA3 or the AEK or just the F2000 or the FAMAS or the H23 or all those weapons. It isn't as good as it, at least in my opinion. To me, it's not bad, but it's just not fun to use as much as, maybe that's just because it's a new weapon. I have to get used to it, and that's with all these weapons. So next is the Gorza 1 and the Gorza 4. They're pretty much essentially almost the same weapon. One's a PDW and one's a carbine. They're okay, not amazing. I think the carbine one is, I think, the highest damage per second carbine, or one of the highest damages for carbines. And the PDW is okay. I'm not a huge fan of the PDW. I kind of like the carbine a bit more, but that's just because I'm a bigger fan of carbines in general. They're okay, not amazing. The LD6A2 is actually one of my favorite LMGs, but it kind of serves a weird purpose as an LMG. It's basically the exact same as the L85A2, which is an assault rifle, but it may be worse. I haven't looked at the actual stats on Simthic of it yet, of the LD6A2 and the LD5A2. But essentially, the LD5A2 has a 750 rounds per minute. The LD6A2 has a 700 rounds per minute. You have the LD6A2, which probably has a larger spread and more recoil than the LD5A2. It probably has a similar reload time. It has the same exact magazine size, and it may be as good as at long range. It may have the same damage model, but other than that, it's essentially the same weapon. Which, I like the LD5A2, but the LD6A2 is just the same, just in a support class. at least for, from my experience, it's not a bad weapon. I actually kind of like it. To me, it's kind of like the mix between the AWS and the RPK 74M, because the RPK has a 600 rounds per minute, high damage, good at long range, pretty good accuracy. You got the also the RPK also got a buff in this update, which I will be talking about in maybe a separate video about all the buffs and the nerfs, because there is a lot. But you also got the AWS, which is probably good for close range. You got 800 rounds per minute, 100 rounds in the magazine. And then you also have the LOD6A2, 700 rounds per minute, 30 rounds in the magazine. Good for that, middle portion of the game. But just that 30 rounds in the magazine, the low damage per second, just because of that 700 rounds per minute. Maybe it's more like a versatile LMG, but for an LMG with only 30 rounds in a magazine, what's the point of using an LMG? That's just my thoughts on it. I would have liked it to have maybe like a 45 or maybe even a 60 rounds in the magazine. And then after that, you got the mare's leg. I don't use it much. I'm just like, whenever I have a pistol, it's usually like the G18 or the FN57 or the MP443 Glock. I don't really like the mare's leg. It's basically just a pocket sniper. You can put like 8x scopes on it, 40x scopes on it and stuff. But I'm just not a huge fan of it. But I could see some people would really like the mare's leg. If you have like maybe a PDW and you want a good long range weapon, then you could have the mare's leg. But to me, it's like I don't really like it much. It's not as great as a sniper. It doesn't have that great of a magazine size. The reload speed is not that great. The damage is pretty bad. And also, a few weapons got buffed and nerfed. I'll make a separate video on that because there's a lot. But a few weapons like the RPK. A lot of the PDWs got buffs and nerfs. A lot of the weapons in general just got buffs and nerfs. I think the AEK has a larger spread now, which is nice. But yeah, basically almost every weapon got buffed and nerfed. I think a lot of shotguns. I think like every shotgun got a buff and a few nerfs. So let me know your thoughts on this DLC in the comments. Mine is, it's not as great as a DLC like Final Stand or Dragon Siege, but for a free DLC, it's okay. Dice Highway did make this DLC, and to me, it's like, it's okay. I think the only weapons I'm going to use is maybe the Groza 1, the AN94 sometimes, and maybe the LD6A2. But, the LD6A2 and AN94, there's just, I'm probably not going to use them, and I'm not a huge fan of the Groza 1, the look of it. But maybe I just have to get used to these weapons. But from my first impressions, it's okay, but the weapons aren't amazing. Gunmaster is okay. It's a nice touch. Probably not going to play it much. I would have also liked to have seen the community map in here as well in this review, but I can't really review it because it's not finished. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Hope you enjoy feedback. This is Christian. I'll see you guys in the next video.